Hey man, you can load game, load. Audio working, yep. Good. Is it good for you? Yes, it is. Ah, haven't played this in ages. Yeah, I haven't. Ah, and today we're gonna do a show off of all of it. We just finished. I think we're gonna pause today. And what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna show off. Now, what could we start with? We'll start with each individual line. So, we'll start with it. We have line 1 with a rate of 282, uh, running these tracks. Let's, this is the first line I ever. Oh, okay, being a bit glitchy. Nice. Amazing. Then we have line 2 running these tracks at a rate of 327. That might be better. Um, this is my second line ever. And then line 3, which is a tram line, but it hasn't always been a tram. I'm running through the town of McKinley. But it hasn't always been a tram line. I think it started out as a bus line. Then we have line 4, which also started out as a bus line. And there's 2 trams in there. I'll probably say how many big stuff. Then we have line 5, my first ever train line. Running 2 of these. That might be better. Yeah, we're just gonna run 1 of these. uh, a massive. And no, actually, correction, this wasn't my first train line. It used to be a bus line, but then I replaced it with a train line. My first train line ever was actually line 6, confusingly. Uh, which is also my first cargo train line, obviously, without link poles. And then we have line 7, my first ever boat line. I've only got 1 boat running. I used to have a bunch, but I guess I replaced them. Then we have line 8, which is a much, much smaller boat line. It just picks up coal from here. Then we have line 9, which was very expensive. I can remember it being very, very, very expensive setting up because I had to buy all the boats for it. And that's delivering stones here, and it's quite a long because my longest line up to that point. And now we have line 10 with. Oh, I should probably show you how many boats. There are 2 of the large boats on line 9. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks on line 10 delivering logs here. And then there's this. That should probably not be a 466, but this is delivering sawmill to tools to the tool factory. And then first urban e-truck. This delivers tools into the town of Dallas. And then there's this line which might have started out as a tram or a bus, I can't remember. And there's also line 14, which I can't remember if that started out as a tram. And we have line 50, which is my second ever train. About to drop off. It's quite big. It's also got a lot of bridges. I have changed it slightly, but it's always had quite a lot of bridges. Then we have line 16, a very, very short line. Oh, that's not a 400. Uh, um, I guess it's 451. So yeah, we have this boat running here. We have 2 of these boats running there. That's delivering iron to there, and then we have this, which delivered sawmill materials. This is a much longer train, got 240 capacity, means it's 12 cars and 258 meters long. Then we have this much smaller train, which used to be even smaller. This one's actually continuing growing compared to a lot of my other trains, which have been stable. Then we have the one delivering machines from that plant to Tucson? It's Tucson. There we go. And then we have the trucks delivering machines into the town of Tucson. Which also, by the way, never actually had, this is a new thing, but I'll probably explain that on the town section. Then there's this, which might have started out as a tram line, and there's this bus line, which is running a small bus, congested. And then we have this boat line delivering the bricks from where they're made into, or next to Dallas, and then we'll have a truck delivering the bricks into Dallas, which we should probably have another truck. Yeah. Then we have this delivering grain to this, and this delivering grain into the town of St. Louis. And then we have a tram going across, weirdly like that way across Central, and then a bus doing the opposite, because obviously I have to be consistent. Then we have my first passenger boat line running these things, how beautiful they are. And then we have line 31, which was my first passenger train line. Even though there's a bunch before it, those were all buses and then they replaced them with trains. This one has always been the same. It also goes into his mega station. Anyway, so there's this, which I literally have done nothing with. This one, which I remember having to, spend a massive amount for a tunnel, which I'm actually, I'm probably gonna build one more crap. Oh, how's it 500? But it's above what it needs to be, so. Um, then we got this. Oh, these definitely need. Oh, they all start. Okay, we'll just fix that. Uh, like that. There, 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 um, there, there. We might as well just extend the power go there. Sorry. I don't know. There we go. That's fixed itself. That should start to default. Anyways, yep. So there's this tram line that runs along here, and there's also this bus line that runs here. And then we have this passenger train, which is one of the it's full. I'm just gonna look at this because this is one of the fast trains. This might even be able to get my speed. I'm just gonna very quickly pause it. How many people waiting here? Oh, there's 300, so it's probably a good thing. There yeah, this is one of the fastest. This might be the fastest normal line that any train can get. It only gets to about 115. Um, then we have this bus line, and that's how I can't pronounce. Another little bus line. Then we have another passenger boat line. Which, even though the hovercraft probably aren't the best things, they are the quickest things. So I'm going to continue. I wanted to run them because they're so ridiculously quick. Like, they're nearly as quick as the quickest bus. And these internal city buses are actually slower than them. They aren't as quick as trains or planes, but because of how quickly they accelerate, and the fact that they can go on the most efficient route, and don't have to have a massive airport, they are very quick at some time. Then we have this second grain delivery line, this oil train, which they're both at 70, probably. I guess I could have one with 4 and one with 3, but that just seems awkward. But yeah, that's annoying. We might end up finding more of that. Just coincidentally. Here. We're gonna have to keep those. And then, yeah, there's this little oil line, one of like the 2 oil truck lines. We have this going right in front of Tucson, but it's probably not. It is probably a mega not though. Then there's also this train line with the massive bridge. The plane's actually far right near me, the plane's at this airport. There's line 45, which is one of the loops to St. Louis, to line 46, the other one. Line 47 is a line taking this iron from here and delivering it to the goods making facility. And then there's another one delivering the plastics to that. And then the goods one gets delivered to Central. And then there's a truck delivering it to Central. That sounds wrong. And there's also another train line, another passenger train line, which I think has always been passenger train. And we have this. I suppose I haven't set that up before. And that. Delivering the iron from there, which means that despite this being sent, it's like line 4. It's like line 10. It's only in line 50s where it actually gets it. And then, what's this? Okay. This may contain my most ridiculous set of vehicles. It contains 2 12-car trains. For some reason, they're nowhere near 4, even though it's only a rate of 400. I think it's because this refuses to produce 400. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that now. So the rate, maybe we need 2 lines delivering bricks. How many bricks does this town need? Only 184. That's one of the reasons. Why does it need more? So the bricks deliver there. They don't deliver the whole region. So we're gonna set up another line coming from here, and we're gonna take half the trucks. We'll take 1 truck to start with. Move it on. This might be the first one. Hopefully it's gonna split. Yeah. And that, oh, it's splitting half and half. We're going to split the vehicles half and half. What's the total rate? Then we get 200. Actually prefer and deliver, yeah. This should start to increase the amount delivered. It's also because this town isn't getting any bread. Is this town getting all the bread it needs? No, no one. Does this town need 300 bread? Nowhere near that. What we're actually going to do You know what? We're gonna have a little airfield. We'll have another one not too far from the town. We'll put it here. Actually, we will just have to reasonably upgrade this road. Um, It will set up multiple lines today. This was supposed to be a tour, but I am allowing myself to set up a few lines just to help finish up the map. This will also extend this episode. What we're going to do is we're going to say 2 trucks. Okay. That still gives you 293. I'm going to buy 1 point to start with. That was a rate of 10. And then what's the rate? 48. And luckily it goes straight next to the town, which is good. Which means it doesn't need to run in too much of a population, which will also reduce emissions. We will also use the little urban bus because 2 things I want to, and also it will reduce emissions even further by using this because it only emits 62. And I don't really need the rate, not particularly busy, necessarily busy line. We will definitely upgrade this to double pedestrian. And then coincidentally it runs. Where does this line want to run across? It's going to run along there. The other one coincidentally runs along a big main line, so then we need to upgrade this one road. So what I will just do is straighten out this. Because it is very, very wiggly. It's just how, for some reason, the roads are fine. Huh. You know what? No, I don't really like that. I'm gonna have that upgrade, shall I like that design. That's a nice design. We actually are gonna have it so it goes back to there. We'll extend it to a nice road here. It has to climb all the way up to over 240 meters and then drop down to, less than 150, which is insane. That isn't the only place completely engulfed by over 200 meters. That's BO 200 meters. This is BO 150 as well. And it's completely surrounded by 200 meters. And they're quite close to each other, but are there any other examples? Oh, here, this is under 400 meters. I think the lowest anywhere around here gets to is about 440, which I guess isn't that major, but it is still completely engulfed by much, much higher terrain. Not as ridiculous as it is, though. I think realistically, considering you're right next to mountains, if you weren't in a Badlands, this would be a lake, and this would also be a lake. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. We'll just continue playing. Hopefully that will increase the size of this town. We'll have a check back on that in a minute. There's also this line. And we also have this little thing delivering iron here. And this truck delivering coal. And there's also this, which does contain my longest train. I was mistaken. This is my longest train, I think. You know what? We can check. 286. It might count passenger trains, and passenger trains might be longer. We'll just have a look at. Was my headquarters Goldby? It's 180. Longest train. 434. Just gonna make sure it's not like this train. It is. So then if we half it, theoretically, we will put the other one back in, don't worry. Well, I will, not you. 470, 470, is that one of these? No, 417. I don't see, oh yeah, I do see some trains, it could be 417. It's not our longest train, but it is probably our longest two trains. Weirdly, that is insanely long, I don't know why. 286. These are some of our longer cargo trains. For some reason, our cargo trains don't seem to get as long, but yeah. And we have this delivering fuel here, and this delivering, oh no, delivering oil to the fuel plant. This delivers fuel across the ocean, and this delivers it into the town. And then we have this delivering logs to here, and this delivering planks to here. I think these were all made in the 1800s, but I can't remember. It's around the turn of the century, I think, when we were making these. There's then this little passenger train, which I'm not gonna run this here because this is ridiculous. Replace even in cell would probably fix it better, or a metro liner. And those are all overbuilt. We're gonna have a probably a meatball. We're gonna run this instead. It's a meatball. It's weird that we don't get any more advanced locomotives compared to the Acela one. I can't remember what its name is, but it's basically just an Acela locomotive. Then we have this one delivered. Well, it finally delivers the machines, and it delivers them to St. Louis. And then there's a little truck delivering it into the town. Then we have this line delivering. I really don't need it to be such a high rate. Two three two. That's more what it wants to be. Then there's 395 delivering this. That's so small. There's also this little boat here, and then this train running here. Not really recording. 23 minutes. There's also this train running from here to here. These little. Oh, this train running here to deliver. I think it's coal from there. With some more things, and this is also doing that there. Delivering a grain there. This is another one of these delivering some more sawmill to there. And then we have a grain train delivering it to here. It's at 380 there, which is massively overkill. We can probably reduce it to 80, and that might be where we want it to be. It's a bit hard now. And we also have this, which is 490, but there's 4 vehicles, so we can't really reduce it. There's also this passenger train. That's just coming into the station, so I can't see how quick. Weird, they all seem to come into the station very, very close to each other. I don't know why. Then we have this might be our longest train. No, it's not. It's only 255 meters. This is full though, which is even more insane. We'll add another car. Don't worry. What line is this? Oh, this is one of the more ridiculous ones as well. What power rating is it? Mediocre. We don't have a diesel locomotive any more powerful, do we? Which is weird. I find it weird that we only have our most powerful diesel locomotive is a passenger one from 2005. It's the Genesis. I find that weird. Then we have this line. Finally, we have our bigger bus that isn't electric running an airport express, which is where most of them run now. I reckon this one's also an airport express. It is. So roughly, This is around 1920. Yeah, this line is about 1920. First playing line. This line was set up around 1920 and we're on line 80. Ah, that makes sense. Just gonna let it. I think these are modernized 737, like the latest version of 737. Then we have this little train line. Then we have our first plain cargo line running Tupolews. I think these are Tupolews. These are Tupolews. And then we have another one delivering tools there. Just gonna check something. What's the line of rate of? Oh, that's only at 290. Uh, that should not be anywhere near where it is. There we go. That's actually still high, but it's close. Hopefully, removing these should be able to get high speed. I always had that suspicion that these had way too much rate. Ah, they're going so quick. Just hit 800 kilometers an hour, which I don't know what that is in miles an hour. Um, these also don't need to be 360. We can reduce it by reasonably 2. So right. And then we have this plain cargo line. Are these Tupolews or what? I'm just trying to work out. Oh, I've not been consistent, have I? Some places I've run the Tupolew and some places I've run the Boeing 757. So these are the 757s, which are slightly quicker, and I think they held a bit less cargo. So I reckon I decided this journey was long enough. So it's never going to reach its max speed. The maps just aren't big enough. I'm not losing the longest map, theoretically possible, but the longest still is a bit ridiculous for air travel. Um, uh, and we have this little train line, which we can actually. I know it will be a bit unsatisfying because it won't be anywhere near, but it will. It will be. It's better to just overshoot slightly. And that will put it at 443. Actually, that's about as close as it was previously. 430. This. It looks like to remove the car and still have it above 400. It might still be above. No, it won't. Ah. And then we have this line. Have a plane line running iron from there to there, which actually means they have to transfer the cargo across the bridge to actually get to the facility, but it doesn't matter because the game does it for us. We also have another one which is delivering logs. And then, oh, I'm so stupid. This this does have 400 rate. We'll sell that one. I'm so stupid. So actually, this needs to roughly double it. Weirdly, it's still at 120. We'll remove one car. Nope, we won't. Also, the rate will probably go slightly down because of how much weight we've added. So then, but this we can just straight 7, which we get us to 450. That'll also decrease because of the amount of traffic. And then we have this bus line, which are bus loops. And then we have this that runs between here and here. We can just add another one, and that's going to be a 390. Well, oh, this is only producing 200. Weirdly. So actually, we might just remove 3 of them. And then there's 8. bus line, this does use the faster ones, probably because it's going in a much bigger loop. And this also does that. Then there's the tiny little tram going for St. Louis and another tiny little one going for St. Louis because it's just a really small town. Then Tucson has another bus loop. Then we have some trams going down there, and then one of our first little extension buses. This one goes up here to service these houses, which decided to generate up here. And then we have this little extension, which is kind of an airport express. And then we have the airline that serves, which is this one, which actually, now I think about it, yeah, we need another plane on here, which is like the only plane line that we probably do need a passenger one, which we do need another plane, because the other one is doing just fine, I think. Uh, 6 people. Why are there so few people using it? Oh, I'm going to continue. No. 103, which runs along here. This is my second little bus line. I started just setting them up because I thought, why not? And there's bus loops here. And then there's another bus loop here, another one here. I'm honestly surprised I hadn't set that up before I set this little extension. Then we have a truck line running from here to here, which is kind of like, yeah, kind of like this one, but it runs up to here instead, so it gets more range. Then there's a bus loop around Central, which you can see I actually built. I thought I'd pin. We're going to do fire ownership, yes. There we go. Most of it was freshly built roads, which is why it's, so. Can it accelerate to, a ridiculously high speed? Not really. Oh, that's good. I guess it can carry more people, so it's probably a good point. Then there's a tram going along here. Another passenger train, which I think was the last passenger train I set up. Yeah, because it's 112. I only have like 140 items. So, you can see it's racing this one. Slightly losing, but it might start to end up catch. It is going to lose. What line is this? How fast is this one going? 135. They're about the same speed. It's so close, it's actually big. This one has a straighter route here, so it's able to do insanely quick. I set this up in like the 80s because I remember having Meatball. So I think we're nearly to present. There's another bus line here and here. It's a bus, the bus loop round my first time I ever set up anything on to begin with. Then we have a line going across McKinley. Which actually this probably needs another bus, just because of how busy some of it's getting. This is another Airport Express. This is another little line because some people started building here, so I thought it would probably be a good idea. And also it means that these people can get to here easier. It doesn't involve them going across the most ludicrous route ever. And then I set up this other little line to serve kind of this area better. Then there's this one to serve this area better because these houses are these buildings probably aren't as well in range. They might be in range, I'm not sure, but they're right on the edge of it, so it's nice. Have connections, and there's this, which does help serve a lot of these buildings down here, which I think actually do have service, but yeah, it gives them better service, and same with this. This was actually a new road, and they have built some stuff on it, which makes me happy. And then I set up this to serve this area, because obviously this isn't getting any service, any proper service. And also here to serve there. And then we set up this delivering iron here. Literally, we haven't started delivering plastic here, so I've just delivered iron here to send the iron somewhere. Now we have finally reached practically the end. We'll talk about those in a minute, but we're first going to talk about 127. Is this? I've just did that this episode. Is this doing well? I didn't even. We don't even have 139. We only have 129. Is this doing alright? 164. 180. They're both below. Oh, I think this is starting to get more production, is it? Yes, which means that this has probably just started getting. This line is probably. Yeah, it looks more profitable now. Which also means that these get filled in more, which makes me happy. I get over half full now, and they're nearly fully filled. Which will probably decrease the rates actually. So yeah, that's probably running good. Has it grown this time? Has that increased? I mean, it's at 90, 100, probably around where it's going to reach. And also, I see that the bread is doing what it's supposed to. It's really helping deliver. It's also profitable, which is good. These are losing ridiculous amounts of money. This is also profitable, which is good. Which has shot this town's size up. Now, we'll talk about these two at the very end, I think. We're not gonna go through vehicles because that's boring. We are gonna go. I'm curious. What is my biggest station for maintenance? I reckon it's gonna be a train station, but it might be an airport. I'm not sure. It is an airport. It's this airport and also this airport. The only two double airports, I think. No, the only two double airports with taxi, like lines, all this. Then it's all the double airports, which are all the cargo ones. Oh, that's a single. I only have one single, like, proper double. After airports, no, these are also airports. It's airfield and airfield, and then this ship. I forgot about shipping. I didn't realize how expensive this is to run. And that. Oh yeah, this is the floating one. Basically, originally we had a platform here, so it just let me. And I'm gonna keep having a floating one because it's more efficient. After all these boat lines, what's the most expensive? This is the most expensive train station. That makes sense. Um. I don't realize how many ports we have. And then this, which makes sense. I mean, look how long it is. It's because it's one of the longest. And then there's this other one. And this other one. That line's still expensive to me. Then this, because it's long. I guess we just don't have that many long stations. Now we're going to go into towns. We're going to go by size. The biggest town is Tucson at 979 people. Not particularly gigantic, but quite big. And then it's Thornton, then Dallas. Something has happened to you. Oh yeah, you peaked much higher. You peaked around that, but you just had to recover a second. And then Dallas, which has always been a very, very big town, but because I've always pumped a lot of the stuff it needs, it's grown very strongly. Then the town where I have my headquarters, Hallowell, which is at 916 residents, quite big. Which yeah, that explains it. I mean, look how big my was. Then McKinley at 721, then Central at 652. Then this town at 539. That's probably shot up for 300. It was already. It's not changed position because it's just yeah. St. Louis is absolutely tiny. It's only at 300 residents, and mind you, I'm giving it nearly all the machines and bread it needs. It's 80% on bread, 70% on machines. which is, and okay, one of the reasons is the emissions. Why is it so horrendous? I thought I'd nearly eradicated the plane emissions. It's going to be a okay, it's all these planes. I didn't realise that they were so bad. Okay, we're gonna leak that. We're gonna move it. Oh, that's. We are actually going to set up a very small line. This will be line 130, I think. Oh, it's so far off. And what we're going to do is we're then going to set up there to there. And then we're going to have and that now runs. It's actually a bit higher than what it needs to be, but yeah. That'll hopefully reduce some of the emissions. We'll see. So the average is about 90. Hopefully that will reduce the emissions. So we'll take it from this stop, right, right on the stop line to. Current is only 68. That train line is quite. I realize how big they files were. Still says 90. Oh, it's dropped to 90. Has that dropped? It has dropped it. So this town should start to explode in size. That's one of the reasons. There are a lot of plane lines here. Just easiest place to put them, and it's really far from everywhere else. How's the emissions on this town? 30, 30, 40 for Dallas, 30, 30. Oh, what? McKinley, we're going to set up another tram on there. And actually, we are going. This is going to end up being such a long episode. Are we going to? This is probably going to go in the compilation. If you're watching this in the compilation, hello, welcome. This isn't intended to be a building episode. It just happens that I decided to mess around with some of my stuff. I've done that stupid way. How is this our main connection? Just saying. Anyways, there's this, and then there's yep. We're gonna go industries. We already did. Yeah. How long have I been recording? 44 minutes. Yeah, I'm not gonna make. I'm gonna make sure this isn't like a 2 hour long recording. We're now gonna discuss these lines. You know what? We'll discuss them now, even though it's not the end. I'm sure some of them. These lines I set up last episode. The first one's Big Boy. I wanted to do this for ages, and despite not having the Big Boy able to buy because of duplication shenanigans, I have it. I actually have double-headed versions of it, which is funny. And you can see I can have these running with the pasture cows. These aren't earning any money, they're losing ridiculous amounts, but it doesn't matter because I'm earning a lot. Oh no. Have I still been earning generally? Excluding investments. Excluding investments, I'm earning probably around 50 million. I've just spent a lot of money. And this also does this, but this is the fast train. Honestly, can this hit 320 kilometers an hour? I reckon it can get very close. Or 300 kilometers an hour, whatever. It might not be able to, though. Haven't unlocked the achievement, which makes it suspicious. These just don't seem like they're particularly. Slow down. It's quite a straight track. I made sure it's 300 kilometers an hour, I'm pretty sure. Okay, here, stop. Airport. Don't know how much it matters when you're just speeding up though. It can now start speed. Because when you're starting to speed up, you just need the power to get up. $247 a 5250. No, we haven't experienced. How much track do I have? Three, six. You can see just the sheer amount. You can see that's probably only 16,000. It's not even half my track. What's that type? Oh, that's high speed, which I actually have more of an electric or tunnel. Weirdly, tunnel was above it. You can see, oh, that's 2,000, which is why. Tunnel has gone up. Electric's gone up. There is slightly more tunnel on this map, surprisingly. We will go through that in a second. So, yeah. And these are able to go very quick. This is also able to go quite quick for its max speed. Oh, are they not separate by a lot? This is my massive. This is also. Oh, this might be my longest train. I think it is. Makes sense. I'm gonna look at it. It's 13 cars with two big boys pulling it, and it's still only mediocre because it's got the big boys and they don't have the greatest power rating, but they have the absolute power to do it. So, I mean, look how big they are. Like this is the biggest passenger car that the US map has access to. I should have mentioned that, shouldn't I? That were in the US map. I think there's some cool stuff in it, maybe. I know that wasn't it. This was I think some modded ones maybe. But the big boys are single-handedly about as long as two of them. Let's see how these two big boys about as long as three passenger cars. Slightly shorter. They're slightly longer than these already massive cars. Like genuinely, we're not gonna do it, but these are 80 meters long. 80 each. So it's about 40 meters each. They're each 40 meters long. That's longer than the longest blue whale, I think, ever on record. I think they get to. I think the longest blue whale on record is about 33 meters, around about that. Don't quote me on that. You know what? I do have Google. We'll search it up. Long. Longest. Longest blue whale ever. 33.58 meters. Is that? Just check. Um, a maximum confirmed. No. There's also the hell yeah. Description size. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's I forget those are real estimates. Mhm. Mhm. Oh, so they physically can't exceed 33 meters. What? Ah. Um. What? Ah. Sorry. Um. So I think the longest blue whale ever maybe 33 meters. So, but this is longer than it. That one of the locomotives is longer than it. Anyways, I'm done. There we go. Um. What was I going to say? Oh, we'll go through finances now. Money's actually been quite good, hasn't it? You can see we have sometimes lost, but that's good. We've spent a lot. You can see this being very steadily earning, which means that we are now at 35 billion, which is insane. We have a track of that much. Oh, you can see the town size recovering from that crash, but it's. I'm surprised it hasn't like really. This town has increased. What was the town that had the problems? Oh, it was Ponting. Still not fully recovered. Yeah, it's nearly fully recovered. There we go. That should increase your deliveries. But because has St. Louis it's exploded in size. Moderately. Whoa, yeah. I think it has. So that will. Oh, you see, population is at 5,800, peaked at about 5,900. But it's so close. I have a feeling it might end up overtaking because these are all increasing, and this has only lost maybe 40 people. So wait, it peaked. Maybe don't know. Yeah, okay, we'll check deliver. Weirdly, this has 30 despite having an airport and a boat line right next to it. How fast does this train go? I don't reckon it's that particularly quick. It is quite straight route though. These cars are not going to have a good time. How far has it got blocked out? Oh, it's only got two cars blocked out. How they have like more cars? Anyway, I was looking at this. It's definitely starting to recover. And like it's starting to account 912. This town is now at 550. How's all the other towns doing? Dallas is about big. I think it might be slightly bigger. Uh, McKinley did have a drop off. That might be one of the reasons. But it's recovering now. This town, 920. I just reckon Tucson's. Oh, Tucson's hit over 1,000 people. That's good. But it's taken until now for it to do that. I wonder if it's going to sustain it. It might not, might. I'm not sure. Central, actually had a drop off. St. Louis increase. I think I've done, yeah. we'll go through some of the stats. We have 36 million in assets, 35 million liquidation, 35.5 million, about 700 million in inventory. These are rough estimates. 300 million is real estate, 440 million roughly is vehicles, but that's going to continue going down. Value. Oh, that's just, and I have no liabilities, no debt, so it's still basic million. Profit last 12 months is 100 and about 80, 90 million, which I reckon we're not losing value. We have 174 road vehicles, 24 trams, 44 trains, 33 ships, 42 aircraft. We have a top speed of 974, which is going to be a plane. Longest train is 434. And the oldest vehicle is 75 hours old. I'm actually curious what that is. Because this 75 hours actually doesn't sound like a lot. What's that? So divide that by 3. Can't be wrong to do 70. No, it's just 25, isn't it? Yeah, it's just 25. I think my brain was trying to be like, what's not gonna be able to do 50 divided, but yeah, 75 divided by 3 is just 25. So it's about a day of playtime, which is actually quite a lot. There's multiple, so and considering that only dates back to the 1940s, it's wholly possible I've played 2 hours on here. Oh, that's 73 hours because that was where I kept the train say from like 60s. My newest vehicle is 17 minutes old, which I mean we can just make sure. Yeah, because did I start the recording 50 minutes ago? 57, but I don't think I set this up 7 minutes in, so. Oh, it's actually definitely. Yeah, because some of these that I set up today are hours old. We can roughly estimate. That I set this up quite early, maybe. Yeah. How long have I got? 57. This might be our longest. This is going to be our longest episode for sure. Even if I do a bunch of cutting. Yes, it's going to be a monster of an episode. Anyways, what else? Do I have anything else to discuss and show off? Smart. Oh yeah, we'll show off a few things. First of all, a few random things while I go to. I've got this little thing. It's called show off. We also have my headquarters, the actual headquarters building. I don't think no, we didn't get through all the headquarters stuff, did we? 360 kilometers of track. 360 391. So it's 360 kilometers track. It's 360.391. Total electrified 136. So we haven't got like top everything, but I'm not sure. Well, 356 top high speed. Total bridge is 107. Total tunnel is 107 as well. But it's slightly higher. It's incredibly close to. Cargo transported total is 8 something. It's 8 million, and total passenger is about 1 million, which actually is surprisingly low, I would think, considering how rich I am. Cargo transported the last 12 months is 16,000, passengers is 2,000. I'm surprised it's not way higher. Number of different lines, 130. Different cargo types transported. Did that just change from 14 to 13? That just did, didn't it? 13. Maybe? I'm not sure, I can't remember. I think it is 13. I think every single type that we can get our hands on. It's insane how much stuff we've got. Maybe we do? Do I have anything else to show off? Is that is this. You know what? I might as well show off all this. You can look at contours. I can't be bothered by price point, but you can look in board if you want to see any more terrain. Navigable rivers, not really relevant. Have a look. Not massively interesting. Oh, these are connected. I didn't realize they were connected via navigable things. I remember I set this up. There's going to be somewhere where I built a canal. It might be here. Yeah, yeah. So I can ship boats, which means you could actually theoretically take a boat from here and a passenger boat all the way across like here. But I'm never going to do that. This has a little gulf. That's nice to know. Land use. Not. I'll, I'll just go across. All these towns here, here. Here you can just see all the land use of these towns, and then we can go on to track limit, which is just too complex to show you. This we'll have a look. Let's, hmm, it's not. And then we can just look. I wonder how many. Probably quite a lot. 237. Station layers, very poor, very good. Let's have a look at that. Uh, Emissions, this might be a bit more. So this is current emissions, which I mean, why does this have 140 emissions? There's no planes anywhere near it right now, is there? Maybe it's going through the Yeah, the strategy is build tunnels because if you look, the emissions basically disappear when they go through tunnels. Which I don't know how much I've done on this map. I could definitely do it more, but like here, we're gonna increase the height of this by like um we can just go here. Uh um Literally just no, there we go. That should hopefully reduce the emissions there. Oh, um yeah, we'll check now. So 63, 52. That might send a very moderate shockwave. Does, but hopefully that's going to reduce the average, which will hopefully grow this town. Um, I'll just have a look. Pounds still hasn't increased beyond. Oh, it peaked actually at 500. 97. It hasn't. No. Ooh, that's nearly 30. 938 is about where it was at its peak. 1004, which actually its peak. It's down to peak 300. 938, which is about that. Down to peak. Still not particularly gone up. Just see if there's any other ones that run right near town that I can like at least theoretically that, but it's only whatever. Does that emit? If I just look, Karen, that does send a bunch of emissions. So how am I going to remove that? I am actually just going to swap it around. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to uh, um, that, 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 that. There we go. That should hopefully reduce the average emissions there. Any others that I can see open? Here. No, I think that's far enough away from too much. So it'd also be too complex to try and fix. I just found the irony that Central is actually kind of near, like they're working out of that kind of near, being near the centre. There's so many here, but I mean, I've got ready to think of most prominent one. Um, anyways, what? Well, what we're gonna do for actually? We're gonna have first outro, first thumbnail, I mean, second thumbnail, which is gonna be like this, and third thumbnail, which is gonna be kind of. I know this was in the previous thumbnail, but it wasn't just thumbnail. There we go. Now, I think we can do the outro, unless there's anything I forgot, but we'll do the outro now, I think. Anyways, like this video if you enjoyed it, share it if you think other people enjoy it. If you visit the channel page for all the current content, including all the other episodes of this series. Now, it depends on what channel you're watching this, because if you're watching this as the compilation, if you're watching this as the individual episode, you'll be only getting 2, so you can see the background music on this channel, and you'll be able to visit my other channel, Completely Ad Gaming, with all compilations of this series. It's split into every 10 episodes, except the last one might be a bit weird. It might be 11, it might be 9, I can't work out. It'll be a bit weird, but yeah. But if you're watching this on the already on the gaming channel, you'll be able to find. But if you're watching this on EO2, you'll have to visit the gaming channel for this. But watching this on EO Gaming, you'll already be on this, so you'll be able to find on Eli Gaming, as well as the compilations of this series. You'll be able to see Eli Corp, which yeah, you'll also be able to see my series with my mum, which currently only has 1 video uploaded, but it might have a second. I've got the second recorded, but I might upload it soon. I might not. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you some other. You can see. I'm recording this. Now it's at 7:50. On the 7th of the 3rd of March. Which, yeah, it means yeah. What else do I want to say? Probably, yeah, I know I'm gonna say something. You know what? Nah, now we won't do the outro. Hey, you know what? We will do. We'll do the outro on my first ever train line. I guess I could do it on my first line ever, but I've already done that. So. Anyways, yeah, so you can. I've already explained some of the game stuff, but you can also see on Gaming X4, which I started just over a year ago. I think I started about February 2024, and I finished it around the end of March. It might be, yeah. I finished it about middle March. So it probably wasn't finished. It's not finished by the time I'm recording this. It's not. The last episode came out less than a year ago at the time of recording, but it might be over a year ago by the time of uploading, because I don't know how long this will be until this comes out. I would say we have 5 episodes. That would be 13. Probably be around 13, 14. So maybe not. I think. It might be about the same time that this series ended, coincidentally, which is a complete coincidence because I started this series at the end of December of last year, and I started that series in February. But yeah, you can see that series. Do I have any other channel for me to content on that channel? I don't think I do. I also have City Skylines, both my live streaming, where I stream most Sundays. I'll probably continue streaming until around about May. Plus, I have on Gaming a series called Last Week of 4, which episode 5 of that, or it might be episode 4 of that, has just come out. I can't remember. It was it was a couple of weeks ago at the time of this recording. It might be more. It was half time. Yeah, it was a couple of weeks, but maybe a bit more. So you can watch that, and you can also watch my original series, Last Week of 2, which is on my main channel, Eli Inc. But there is a couple episodes on Eli Gaming, but they are on the playlist on Eli Inc. So you could just continue watching it on the playlist, and that will give you all the correct things. It'll also give you all the live streams, but you can skip them because yeah, you can watch all the live streams and all that. And that's brought me neatly onto Eli Inc., where I have an Eli Gaming compilation of best moments, which goes. I have both the first and second one at the time of recording. I might the third one probably won't be out. I don't know if I've even started editing it. I know I have started. I just haven't finished editing it. There's also another channel I've got called Eli Reacts, which I hopefully will upload. I haven't uploaded in ages. I have got 2 videos recorded and 1 edited, which is more than I've had for ages, but I just haven't bothered to upload it because I think I've been uploading that stuff recently. So I'm going to wait a bit. Maybe after this series is uploaded, you can go on. Maybe like 2 days after this episode's uploaded, you might be able to see the first episode. the first new episode. There's also Eli Reacts compilation best moments 1 and 2 on there, and there's also Eli 2 compilations 1 and 2. Also, I need to mention this. I did do a year special, I think. Yeah. So on this channel we had a year. I've just had the year special. I am getting the chart ready. The chart will be out definitely by the time this is uploaded. Hopefully, unless this doesn't come out. Well, it should come out. Should be able to make it this weekend. But I did do a year special where I uploaded my 3 older background music, which you can see. Do I have to say anything else? I don't think I do. Do I want to say anything else about Eli? No. Also on this channel we have background music to the time lapse bits, which we didn't actually have any of today, plus a couple other random things, including time lapses, and there's a few shorts. I uploaded a short recently, and like animal shorts and stuff. And there's also a couple of in a nutshell that I recorded a few years ago, which I'm now uploading. You can also see the main in a nutshells on my main channel, which you can see, which is nice. Do I have to say anything else? Share this. Yeah, I've done that. Hit the notification bell before my new content comes out. Especially do it for all the channels. I've got another channel called EO Clips, but that uploads round about 9 times a week. So once every weekday, and it does both a normal clip and an additional clip on Saturdays, and it does a full-length clip and a normal clip on Sundays. It does an Eli 2 clip. There we go. On Sunday, it does a full-length clip. For compilations of better moments, but I don't. But it could be any of them, except maybe not Eli 2. I think Eli 2 is probably Saturday, because it's Eli 2. Yeah. Do I have to? So yeah, you can go back, but if you do turn notifications on for that, be warned, your YouTube app might explode. Still, to be fair, they're only like 2 seconds, so it's not like insane. Yeah, you should probably hit notifications. Well, I don't know how much interesting stuff is going to be on this channel. What I think. I think Eli Reacts and Eli Gaming are going to have some interesting stuff. Eli might as well, but I'm not as sure. They're probably just going to be chugging. I'm just chug on some water. Not actually chug on some water, but yeah. So we've done that. Also, yeah, hit notification bell to be informed when new content comes out. I've done the visit the channel page thing. I've done it in weird order, which has left my brain up. Subscribing to see my subscription feed, or want to see my subscribing thing go up at 25 subscribers, which I might already be at the time this uploads. I'm quite close to it, but I might not be. I'm likely not going to be, but I'm not sure. I will do a special on this channel. You can also subscribe to my other channels to get specials. For all the channels but Eli Inc, it's every 20. It's 25, 50, then 100. For Eli Inc, it's 50, which I've already done, 100, which I've already done, and the next one will be 200, because I upload more stuff to it, and it seems to be more popular. You can also go follow my TikTok, which will be linked for Eli Inc. Yeah, it's on the Eli Inc link that you can. If you go onto Eli Inc's channel page, you can see my TikTok, which you can follow. That has like no followers though. Click the top left corner to see all the rest of the series on Eli Inc. On the Eli 2 correction. I'm not sure what it links to on Eli Gaming. I might just put like a disclaimer or something. Click top right to see all the other channels with either 2 videos on Eli 2. If you're on Eli 2, I'm not sure what it links to if you're on Eli Gaming. I'll probably work it out. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. And bye.